Hello, and thank you for visiting H&H Shooting Sports. With this video, we will help any first-time shooters or returning visitors check into the gun range. Our range is open to the public and allows pistols, rifles, and shotguns. Plus, we have over 100 firearms available to rent as well. Let's start by getting in line. Just go past the front sales counter and enter into the roped off area. Once you're there, have your state issued ID ready. We will check for your age and set up your customer profile. If you didn't bring any hearing or eye protection, we have multiple options available to purchase before you enter our range. Once you are at the range counter, all new shooters will need to read our range rules. Following these rules will keep everyone safe and enjoying the range. After you read the rules, everyone who goes into the range will need to sign in. You're welcome to bring in your own targets, but they must be larger than 12 inches by 11 inches. Our range staff will need to inspect any ammunition that is going to be shot on our range. They'll use a magnet to check for steel in the projectile. If a bullet has steel, it can create sparks and possibly set our range on fire. If you bring any steel ammunition, we ask that you leave it on our back counter and then you can pick it up once you leave the range. At no point in the check-in process do we need to see a firearm. Firearms should be left in case, boxes, holsters, or slung on your back until you're at the firing line. Pulling a loaded firearm is unsafe for everyone, and if you have a loaded firearm, please do not handle it prior to stepping into the range. After your ammo is checked, you'll be assigned a shooting lane. Pistols, rifles, and shotguns can all be used in one lane. Our shooting lane rental is $11 for all-day shooting. We do not charge by the hour, so you can stay and shoot as long as you like. That is a complete process for checking into the range. Now let's look at the process for renting a firearm. You're welcome to bring your own firearms and ammunition, or you may rent one of our firearms for $10, plus the cost of ammunition. The rental process starts the same way, however this time you indicate that you want to rent a firearm. Just let our range staff know which one you'd like to rent or ask for a recommendation. You're required to be over the age of 18 to rent a rifle or over 21 to rent a pistol. It is required that you use ammunition purchased from H&H in our rental firearms. This ammo requirement is in place so that if the ammo were to cause a malfunction inside the firearms, you won't be held responsible for it. The range staff will also need you to sign an additional form for the rental. The staff will also be holding onto your ID for the duration of the rental. Now, on to using the range. Once you have everything you need, such as your lane number, hearing and eye protection, and your firearm, head to the shooting bay and firing lane. Once you get to the bay, it is important that you put on your hearing and eye protection before entering the first door. The noise levels on the other side of that door can be hearing dangerous without proper protection. Proceed to your lane and place the targets in the binder clips on the cardboard cutout. A switch will be to your left that will move the target backwards or forwards. Pistol targets can be at any distance past arm's reach. Shotgun targets will need to be set at a 10-yard minimum and no headshots. Headshots will damage target strings and carriers. Rifle targets will need to be all the way to the back and have at least 2 seconds in between each shot. If at any point you encounter a malfunction you cannot fix, please leave the firearm at the shooting bench and return to the range counter to notify our staff to help you clear the issue. While you're on the range, you have a duty to report any and all unsafe behavior that you see. Please notify our range staff. Once you're finished shooting and are done with your lane, take down your target and any other trash and place it in the trash cans at the back of our shooting bays. Also, if you're not going to collect your spent brass, please sweep it forward past the firing line. You can then return your shooting lane tag to the counter. You don't need to wait in line for this, as you can simply drop off your tag at the counter. You will need to wait in line to return your firearm rental to retrieve your ID. Please make sure that all firearm rentals return in the basket that it came with. Past that, you're all done checking out of the range. If you have any extra questions about this process, please leave us a comment down below. Thank you for choosing H&H Shooting Sports, Oklahoma's headquarters for guns and gear, located off I-40 and Meridian in Oklahoma City. See you soon!